I was not diagnosed properly and I almost lost my life. So far, I have Master Jesus on my side. There is no how I will not make it. You feel me? Hi loves, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amanda Mati and I'm so excited to be here. I acknowledge that it has been like forever. It's been approximately 3 years since I posted anything on YouTube, and I sincerely apologize. However, I have a lot of juicy gist for you guys as pertaining to my adventure in Lagos for the past 3 years, my experiences, and I cannot wait to give you guys all the juicy content. So stick around and find out. Before that, I want you to watch this video that I'm about to share with you guys just to see or have a sneak peek of what my 3 years has been about, literally. So here it goes. I want to appreciate everyone that has stayed. Technically, I had about 502 subscribers and it has reduced to 468, and that is because I have not been posting any content. And I try to post content, but they were not they were not giving what was supposed to give. And to be honest, I wanted to do better. And here I am trying to do better. Here I am putting in a lot of work. Aside from the fact that I love to sit down in front of a camera and talk, I actually miss, like having to express myself as regarding certain topics. And I can't wait for you guys to hear all the gist, like I said before, but because it's going to be encompassing all the details of the past 3 years and what's been going on with me, I would like to divide this video into two. So there'll be a part one and there'll be a part two. So I hope you stick around to because the gist is crazy. Technically, the bad, the good, and the ugly happen, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. So, are you in? Once again, my name is Amanda Mati, and you're welcome. If this is your first time seeing this lovely face, ensure it is not your last. Make sure you click the subscribe button and like, share, and comment on my video. If this is not the first time you're seeing this beautiful face, especially if you've been here for the past 3 years, thank you for sticking around. So basically, my 3 years in Lagos so far. I had expectations, oh, I'm not even going to lie. I had like serious expectations, and and I wouldn't say they were cut short. And some of them exceeded my expectations, and some of them I'm like, what the hell is happening? Please, somebody should help me out here. And I'm so grateful that I'm experiencing all of these things. It's helping me evolve. some people come here and lose their way, lose focus, and all of that stuff. But at the same time, I've come here, I've found a community, I've found friends, I've found peace. Not peace all the way because Lagos is not for the faint-hearted, but technically I am here and I'm roughing it, I'm doing it, and I'm grateful to God for it. First of all, I would like to remind you all as to the reason why I kind of made the decision to actually move to Lagos. One of the reasons were I was in search for bigger opportunities, and the opportunities that I was looking for, or the big opportunities per se, were not in Port Harcourt. I mean, there are people who are working in Shell and working in a lot of big companies and all of that, and people are even starting something. But I, on the other hand, I wanted more for myself. I wanted to carve a niche for myself and, like, thrive. Port Harcourt wasn't giving me that. As much as Port Harcourt is not like Lagos, that it's filled with traffic, filled with too many people, and all of that stuff. Things are not as ridiculously expensive. Houses are not expensive in Port Harcourt. I just took it upon myself that I wanted something different for myself, even if it's going to get tough. So far, I have Master Jesus on my side. There is no how I will not make it. You feel me? I just had too much faith in God that I was going to make it. I'm making it in the sense that I will eventually carve a niche for myself, build a community, get a job, do something with my life that I actually enjoy. And this is where all the gist about my relocation to Lagos start. Hmm. So I moved to Lagos in 2020 during the whole COVID pandemic issue, and there was a lockdown. It sounds crazy, but the lockdown was not as much as it was in PH. So I felt like it was like that everywhere. When I came to Lagos, there are literally no cars. I'm like, this is not the Lagos I know. Of course, I understand. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that people should come out and get infected by the COVID. But I think I enjoyed Lagos throughout 2020 without traffic and everything. And there are still people going to work during the pandemic, going to work in the morning and coming back. It was crazy. I know it's just very crazy. And I had to lie to my parents that I was moving because I got a job. I'm here to admit it. My mother will probably be watching this video and say, ah, this girl. So he tricked me, or even my dad. But my dad, there's a 99.9 percentage that my father would not watch this video. But if I venture he does, I'm sorry, Daddy, I lied. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. I'm trying to be more audacious with my decisions, and here I am suffering and smiling. Well, am I suffering and smiling? A little. But there are times where I'm not suffering and smiling. I'm actually enjoying because God has actually been really good. So another reason why I think I left Lagos was because I wanted to be away from my parents too. My parents were on my neck, and it was about a matter of time where they would say, "Oh ma, where is your husband?" I think there was even a time my mom was speaking to me and she was like, "Is it that babe, you don't have a boyfriend or you're just on your own?" And I'm like, "It's possible that at this age I can be on my own, single Pringle." I'm like, is it that you don't see a man in your future? And I'm like, when we calm down, that person will come. That person will come. Just calm down. And when it comes, I'm going to be happy, and so are you. So chill, chill. So I think I was avoiding that, and I was also trying to be more independent of myself. I think I depended on my parents for too long, and I needed some, like, a bit of freedom. I'm not saying freedom in the sense that I wanted to do anything that I liked. My parents had trained me well enough to be able to stand firm in my decisions and not be easily swayed by things or easily influenced by things. So I felt like I had a grip of myself to an extent. But Lagos had other plans, and I fell prey into the hands of an emotional abusive relationship with a man, a Yoruba demon to be precise, in Lagos. And that was about three 3 months after. What am I even saying 3 months? So a month or 2 months later, I got into a relationship with a guy. The month of my birthday, I just happened to, although this person is a familiar person, and I just got involved with this person, and slowly my mental health was deteriorating. I was always crying in a relationship. I was always crying in this relationship, always questioning my worth. And I just realized that this relationship was not good for me. As a matter of fact, I didn't even understand what gaslighting and manipulation was until I met this guy. I mean, I knew what manipulation and gaslighting was, but I didn't even know how it could pan out in such a way that it would affect my mental health so badly that I was looking for ways to run away. That's how bad it was. I felt like I was being in a tyrannical relationship where I was struggling with my self worth, my mental health, and also trying to manage a relationship, trying to be mature in a relationship with somebody that I believe should have been more mature in that sense. But however, this relationship brought out made me realize certain things about myself. This is no bit to badmouth my exes. As a matter of fact, there were good times and there were bad times, but I felt like in this relationship, the bad surpassed the good. It was just a lot. I never ever get to shout at people, and if I shout, just know that it actually messed up. But I found myself always raising my voice to be heard, to be seen, to be understood. I was trying so hard for this person to understand me, but instead they will accuse me, say things about me, say things to me, and I was not having. I was tired. I literally just wanted something different. I was tired of the whole thing, and in January 2021, I was like, you know what, Igobi, I'm tired. I'm done. I can't do this. It's over. I'm out. Peace out. I'm out. X. I just left. And then we broke it off and everything went south because this person went berserk and for a bit and I I was not I didn't care for shit if this person was going to do whatever they wanted to do, they should do. But I don't even think this person loved me that much. I feel like if somebody loves you, they wouldn't put you through emotional stress or trauma. It was even so bad that as soon as I left the relationship, I got ill. I was sick for 1 week. That's to tell you how much I was affected by this relationship. I remember my friends would tell me that when I sleep, I'll be crying in my sleep. And sometimes I wake up to tears and I'm crying because it was like a lot. And yeah, I got myself out of that situation, thankfully, by the grace of God, because if I stayed based on what this person sugar coated or with a sweet tongue tried to bring me back, lure me back in, I would have been there probably right now with a kid or two. Probably married, I don't even know, but it was a lot, and I'm grateful that I'm out of all of that mess. One thing I'm grateful for this person is that after I broke up, I got an opportunity to study producing at Ebony Life Creative Academy, and it was an amazing journey for me because I never thought I was interested in filmmaking. I've always been interested in filmmaking. I mean, I've always wanted to be an actress, but I never thought that I would be as much involved in making film. That is being the source, the main source, the one that makes things happen in a film. As pertaining to being a producer, it is a lot of work to be a producer in Nigeria. A lot of limiting factors, but at the end of the day, we still make it work, you know. And it just opened my eyes to several opportunities as pertaining being a producer for a film, and you can just write your own script and make your own film. I was opportune to be lectured by one of the most amazing facilitator, Vincho. Vincho was Vincho is Kenyan and she was amazing. She really taught us what she knew about producing and we learned so much. And I had the opportunity to also work on several movie sets, series. If I can remember, I worked on Ineka the Pretty Serpent, which is on Netflix. I worked on the Grind series, which is on Amazon. And I made my first short film, The Reflections, is a psychological thriller. It's on YouTube. I'll put all the links below so you can check them out. And maybe a music video I worked on at the time, and a few other short films that I worked, like I collaborated with people to, as a shade producer and made it happen. In my head, before I used to think that it sounded so small, like I didn't do, what did I? It's just, but saying it out loud to my own hearing, I'm realizing how that was a big deal. That was really a big deal. Having to be a producer in a film. I'm like, what the fuck? That happened, and in August 2021, I fell ill. This sickness took a toll on me. I was not diagnosed properly, and I almost lost my life. I'm grateful to God and people that I was surrounded with at the time, because they helped take care of me. It was such a dark time in my life, and I remember just asking God to help me out of the situation, and He did. I had to travel back to Port Harcourt because my parents were scared that I would die because of how critical the situation was. Even to the point that when my mom came to pick me up from the airport, she could not recognize me. It was that bad. After that, I got back to Lagos. I got my apartment, and after I saved up a bit, I got my apartment, and I was super excited about that because it was the first ever apartment that I was, getting for myself. That was 2021 until 2022, and I was super excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm finally living in. I finally got my own place. I was like, yay! So that passed, and then eventually I found myself looking for a job because I was like, if I'm going to have to stay, I need to pay my rent. I need to save up money. I'm not going to have to depend on my parents and all of that. Eventually, I got a job which I lost. It was one of the funniest stories. It was just a funny story in the sense that everything in that company was a bit too dicey. But I was fired because the person in question I think the person was threatened by me. I'm not sure what, because it was a husband and wife situation, but like it was just too funny because I was not even aware, and because I'm not that kind of person, and I was diligently doing my work. Apparently, I was not there to work as a social media manager, but I applied as a production manager, and they wanted me to work as a social media manager from nowhere, and I didn't like that, but I still had to suck it up and learn, and work because I've been a social media manager before. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I tried my best, but it was not good enough, and I got fired. It was painful, but I then got another job a month later. That also took a toll on my mental health. It took a toll on my mental health in the sense that I was speaking with Americans, helping to sell insurance to Americans from Nigeria. And it was one of the toughest jobs I've ever done in my life. But I mean, maybe as at that time, it was one of the toughest job I've had. I was not able to explore my creative part, and I was also studying at the time. I was studying the whole product design thing. I took an interest into product design. I learned how to design with Figma, Adobe XD, using several tools, and while learning that, I was also working. So it was a lot. But I did it, I was roughing the both of them, and I graduated from that particular course, and got several scholarships after because I needed to learn what product designers do, and I was able to learn that. And I kept getting freelancing jobs. Oh, we want you to design certain screens and all that. After that job I got with the insurance company, I eventually quit because I felt like I my mental health wasn't at the right place, and I was not at, I was not at a good place, and I wanted so badly to be at a place where I was comfortable enough to do what I enjoy doing. And sometimes I'll tell myself that, oh, you need to pay the price of having to work and chasing your dreams. As much as that is good and that is correct, I feel like everybody has something that makes them tick, and they should be able to figure it out, or they'll be frustrated at every given time. I was struggling with all of these things, and I eventually quit the job. It was a difficult one for me to quit, and I didn't like that, that much money wouldn't be coming into my account. I felt like at that point I'd made a very foolish decision, but at the same time, I don't think it was a foolish one because the longer I stayed, the more my mental health would deteriorate into thin air. I just wanted my sanity back. I wanted to have my life back, and my life in the sense that I can get to do design because when I was trying to figure out what skills I wanted to learn in this time, we have this whole tech craze where everybody's like, oh, learn a skill, learn a skill, learn a skill. And I was like, okay, what skill can I actually learn? I had to make researches on product design. There are things like product management, software development, data analytics. And I had the opportunity to learn all of these things, but I told myself that Design was more creative for me in the sense that I can play with a lot of shapes, colors. I have like these mad ideas when it comes to the user experience of any product whatsoever. So, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to just go for it. And I had an extensive understanding and knowledge about it so much that even before I even started my courses, I already read a lot about it. And I studied and studied and learned and practiced and practiced and practiced. And I can say for a fact that after 3 years of doing all of these things, I'm a certified product designer, a badass one at that. So don't play. This is Oma and Damati signing out. I am so grateful that you are here and you're listening to me. I'm grateful that you are still here to do 468 people who are listening to my voice, looking and watching this video. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. Take care of yourself and have a fantastic evening. Mwah. Love you. Bye.
Part 2 coming right up. Don't go anywhere.